What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world because crypto is the biggest opportunity right now. Nothing's even close. Welcome along on the journey. We're pumped to have you guys here. Corey, take it away.
Yeah, good morning, Hexicans. How are we doing out there? Or good evening if you're across the world, like some of you guys are. And we appreciate all you guys tuning in, no matter where you are, because it's you guys who make this show. We appreciate you every single time you come in and give us support. If you guys are watching us over on Twitter, come over into YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you're watching on Dane's, go to mine. If you're watching on mine, go to Dane's, click the likes, click the subscribes. Let's grow the algorithm because we want to be the voice of reason that cuts through the narratives all throughout this bull run, where we are going to use that cryptocurrency as a wealth creation tool and use real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And we're excited to bring you guys some good real estate opportunities when the time is right. And been working on that, on how we're going to do that. It's going to be fun. You will have to stay tuned to see what we're going to do. We got something special for you. But in the meantime, you guys, we dropped the chat. This is Open Mic Friday. Come on in. Let's talk everything Pulse Chain, talk everything Inc., talk everything Pulse X. Notice I didn't say Hex. I kid. We could talk Hex. And, let's talk, real estate deals if you guys want. Let's talk about making money, being an entrepreneur. We love all topics that are revolving around that. So come on in. Let's hang out. And, a lot of stuff going on in Hexaco still. Dane, I see a lot of cat fights on Twitter lately. Have you seen that?
I have all the people that are catfighting muted, so I'm living in a place of peace.
Wow, I actually like KDP, man. She's I like
Man.
her.
Yeah.
The other one can be pretty annoying sometimes. But I do like KDP because she's got a bit of a brain on her. When you hear her talk, when she gets deep into blockchain and how stuff works, she actually understands that stuff. And that's why I do like her. But I don't blame you for having them blocked, though, one bit. You have a very clean Twitter. I will tell you that.
Very. It's peaceful. It's nice. It's nice.
Oh.
What about PDI? I mean, PDI has been running. Let's pull up that chart.
Good for you guys. I don't own any.
We can actually, let's do this. Let's start with SolidX.
I own some of that one.
This freaking thing, man, I can't get it to pull back. I need you guys to sell some so I could get in, man.
Yeah, I got a position in pretty early. I wish I'd have got a bigger one, but that's how that's how it goes,
So this one, I mean, it's doing great. I was hoping we'd come back into this range down here to buy, but then we had this big freaking candle yesterday, and it doesn't want to stop.
If the founder would stop buying up his own coin, it would dump down in that liquidity range for a little while. Like can you guys tell SolidX to just allow some pullbacks to happen once in a while? Just once in a while. They don't have to he doesn't have to allow the chart to get wrecked, but allow some of these pullbacks so some people can get in. I mean, this is nobody wants to get in that shit. It's just stupid. Who wants to come and buy the top of that massive?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's up. What is this? A 70x from the bottom?
Yeah, nobody wants to get in that shit.
Some of you early guys, go ahead and sell a little. I'd appreciate it.
I'm in it, and I want a bigger position, but these guys need to freaking dump it, man. And yeah. Come on. Rizology, if you're in that thing, bro, I know you got big bags. If you're in it, can you please dump some to let some of the plebs in?
Let us in, man. Let us in.
Ease, you got to own all the cool tokens, man. You own all the ink. You own all the SolidX. I mean, come on, bro. Let the plebs in a little bit. We're knocking on the door.
Let me get let's pull up the PDI chart next and have a look. I saw it was running, but I haven't paid that close attention to it.
Now that one's my fault. I don't own any. We've had plenty of pullbacks and opportunity to get into PDI, and I've just been asleep at the wheel, and that's my fault. That's completely 100% my fault.
There we go.
for
I've got it right here.
not owning any P die, and that's
Look at this
fine.
freaking thing. Holy cow, this is wild.
Yeah, dude. It's not gonna stop either, dude. Like, it's just not. The narrative is not. The narrative is so freaking strong. Brizology, I own dust amounts of everything, but your dust amounts is like my normal bag. Your dust amounts, man.
This thing is just freaking going.
Oh my gosh, dude. I own none of that, dude. That's just freaking
I mean, from the more recent low down here, I mean, up to this wick, that's a 27x. Up to where price is at right now, it's a 25x. I put a smaller bullet in, you know, what was that? A 4x ago. So that's been nice to.
Oh,
That's
you
been
got
nice
yeah.
to get a
That's
little
good.
there.
That's good.
What do you guys think? I'm curious what you guys in the chat think about. I mean, I feel like I'm making money everywhere except in the core stuff. Everywhere except in the core stuff. It's really remarkable. Like, I get the appeal of wanting to only go buy a bunch of garbage. I really do. Like, I understand it. I'm not running off and doing that because I want to be smart about how I do things. But man, some of these guys in the community that are only like meme coining, I'm like, I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? When does the core stuff start moving? Because we're not doing a lot. It's fascinating.
It is. I agree 100%.
What do you this is a great, yeah, this is an interesting comment. PDI is the top meme token in Pulse Chain. PDI to $1 is a good attractive narrative, but not happening. I agree with this wholeheartedly. I don't think it's going to $1. There's enough speculation there that that some people think that it is, and it's far enough away from $1 that apparently there's still plenty of people happy to buy it at these levels. So it's interesting. Do you think this one, Corey? Do you think PDI or Teddy Bear is going to be, if you had to pick between one of the two, what'll be the reigning champ as far as meme coins are concerned?
I mean, I always thought it'd be Teddy Bear just because you know it's cute, it's fun, it's a little bear, and you know, and that I could see being advertised to retailers, where retailers would hear PDI and they'd be like, "What the heck are you talking about, PDI?" Like a retailer would be like, "What is that? What is even a PDI? I don't understand this whole
Hey,
thing."
these guys are buying things called dog with hat and all the racist coins, dick with butt. Hey, they're PDI's fine.
But PDI doesn't sound cool. There's no underlying. There's no.
You're getting that.
Yeah, you like teddy bear. Like that's a teddy bear. Like there's got to be some kind of meaning in the name. The name has to have meaning. Dick with butt actually has meaning in the name. It's a funny meaning, but you could say dick with butt and you're gonna laugh. And it's like, but you're gonna say PDI, your retail brain, like people who are in retail, they're gonna be like, why would I buy a PDI? What's a PDI? It doesn't, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I hope PDI could be the main one that does phenomenal, but man, and I'm biased. I hold bear.
Sure.
I have a bag of that.
Mitch is saying here, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I own it. Yeah, Mitch. I mean, what I do? Like, I want Bear to go, man. Like, get out there, go. I want Bear to freaking moon, and I want freaking Solid X to have a pullback. I'm tired of this shit.
Right? Seriously. Briz has an interesting thought here. Yeah, Hex was designed to do a 10,000x in 2 years. It did it in a year and a half. My gut feeling is it might take around the same amount of time. From I guess a couple of my questions, yeah, Briz, like from where, measuring from where, because Hex has been down only for like 3 years. So measuring from where to start the party again. And
come on, and look, man, look. Let's have a nice little friendly debate about Hex today. I would here, Brizology. There's the StreamYard. Come on, get in here,
man. We'd love some.
This is Open Mic Friday. You guys get in here. Let's argue about it. Access is all he's doing is spinning narratives, man. Narratives on this, narratives on calm. All that shit is narratives, man. That's all it is. Crypto is just narratives and how strong a narrative is. Hex was a bear market hedge too. You remember that?
I remember that. I remember that. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see, when does this like reversal happen? You see it when the core pumps, the memes kind of sucks the air out of the room, and you see money pour into more of the blue chip stuff. When do when do
They
we
take
see a
turns.
sustained, when do we see a sustained blue chips run? I mean, I think we've been saying out on the show for a while. Got to see a run on ETH, most likely, to see Pulse Chain really, take a strong leg up. All the charts are looking pretty bullish, in my opinion, as to a pump here relatively soon. I think it was Hans, wasn't he saying you could feel bullish on April 8th? Is that
Yep.
right? The 8th. So we're 3 days away from that. If you want to buy into the idea that it's 50 weeks to shake out the weak hands, we're a week or two away from that. Lots of
Another narrative.
lots of interesting narratives and time frames to consider here, which is exciting. What's up, Money Gang?
Money
Yo,
Gang.
how's it going, man? How are you doing?
We're
Doing
blessed.
good, man.
Good to see you guys.
I like the research that you've done on By the way, if you guys are following Money Gang Crypto on Twitter, you're missing out in a huge way. The research that he's been putting out on a lot of this stuff,
Big
tracking
dope.
wallets, it's been incredibly informational. Yours easily is one of the accounts that I enjoy following the most to get the goods.
I hear an
You did
echo.
you did some research the other day on what happened with eHex when Richard came out and talked about eHex. Maybe that's a good place to go. Would you mind giving a summary of kind of your research on that one? I thought that was a good topic.
Sure, yeah, man. Well, it was slightly bearish, but when I said it was like, oh, it's a conspiracy because all I'm doing is I'm looking at the data. I'm not looking at personal wallets. I'm just looking at the data, and the data suggested the following. Basically, there was approximately it hit 3 days before the tweet. It hit the highest it's ever been on the net inflow of the bridge. So that's like the most amount of money that's come in on Pulse Chain. It hits its total of 204.6 million. And then next thing you know, there's 2 days where it dips significantly, especially the day after that, which was 2 days before the tweet. And that was, I think, about 35 million that came off chain, like in a day or two. So you have 35 million that comes off chain literally before the tweet. Then we had the kind of eHex debacle where it gets killed. If he dies, he dies. Get rid of eHex. And I know a lot of people that, they were buying. They were buying eHex equally. When you're part of when you're DCAing in and you're going, okay, I've got 5 coins to DCA, I'm going to allocate some. I know a lot of people were like, oh, there's no way, the Johnny Chaos theory, there's no way that he kills off eHex. And it was slightly disappointing. But when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is a bit weird. It's a bit of a coincidence. Maybe it's just like a lucky coincidence, but it's a bit of a weird coincidence that you had the highest possible day, 2 days where loads of money comes off chain, and then boom, you've got the tweet.
Yeah. In your opinion, is that people front running that information, or is that a response to what's going on there and saying, okay, we have a couple of days where net inflows have stopped, there's more money moving off chain now, and now we go ahead and release it?
I mean, I look at it and I look at like how much came off chain. So let me do you mind if I present the image?
Yeah, share your screen. Let's have a look.
Screen. Which screen is it? Window, entire screen, first one. There we go. Perfect. So this is just the picture here. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. So this is the day that I'm talking about, where my cursor is, okay? And then the dip here, like that's pretty significant. It's almost to the same amount of dip as what happened during the SEC lawsuit, which is just here.
Mm.
So you look at the amount that comes off, and again, I'm not. I'm trying to be honest. I'm not trying to have like. I'm not trying to shit on the ecosystem, or excuse my language. I'm not trying to hurt people or anything like that. But I'm just observing. Like, I got to talk about the good and the bad. I don't think it's right for me to say, hey, it's all bullish and then it's not all bearish. I got to give, the
Both scenarios,
both scenarios. So I think there's an echo. I think it's on my end because I've got a give me 2 seconds, guys, because I think it's coming through my speaker. Two seconds. I'm going to put the headphones in.
Hey, you're good.
I'll come back I'll jump back on in a second.
Yep,
Okay.
no worries.
Yeah, thanks, guys in the chat. We'll get the echo fixed here for everybody's hearing pleasure.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, beyond all saying money gains on the verge of capitulation, I don't think that's the case at all. We're just, basically, me and Dana the same. We try to cut through narratives. We try to get to truths. Even though there's all these narratives that are false around Hex, I still love Hex and buy Hex. Even though there's all these false narratives around it. So,
I think this is a good take. I'm kind of in the camp here with Beyond All that I believe, RH was using the high volume opportunity to divert it to PX, no insider thing. That's kind of where my head's at. Is I think if you're looking at this more objectively, you don't have one coin to pump anymore, whereas just Hex last bull run, you've got a bunch. Like Pulse Chain was made from the jump. Richard said it was made to be able to make it so that Hex could be used in the way that he built it, where you weren't going to get raked over the coals for and gas fees to unstake a long-term stake. And neither you nor I, Corey, were surprised by him kind of killing off eHex. I think you're looking at that and saying, hey, we have limited funds to be able to go and really push this stuff up. Which one do we kill off, or how do we get off some of this extra weight? I think it made a ton of sense to say that about eHex and try to divert, kind of like Beyond All saying, trying to divert the funds into the things you want. Yeah.
I feel like it was done the wrong way, though. If that was his really as long-term intent, it should have been announced right at fork. It should have been.
I think it would have been cleaner that way for sure. But
you
also,
had people building like that lady who put in her freaking like kids' college fund, which is stupid. I like that's the dumbest thing ever. But like you're gonna have that kind of behavior because I got cheaper T shares over here. Once it is the narrative, I got cheaper T shares over here. I'm gonna go buy that. Richard hasn't killed it off. Like we went months, dude. We went like 9 months, 8 months. Like.
Yeah,
but I think things just changed. I think plans changed. I don't think there was any intention for
hurt people doing that.
I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, like, you're an entrepreneur. Things change in
plans.
I
get it. Decisions will hurt people.
Yeah.
It's definitely a case where I think he wanted control. You look at it and you go, there's not much he can do about what Vitalik's doing with ETH. Like ETH's confirmed this bull market. They've gone, hey, we don't really care. We're going to help L2s. They don't give a damn. So all of the DeFi protocols, regardless, I'm not just talking about Hex, we're talking about other stuff. All of the DeFi protocols are going to suffer. It's going to suffer for the guy who's not got hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And so I think he goes to himself, well, I can't do anything about it. Like, this is out of my control. So I'm going to stick to the stuff that I can control, which is my own chain. But yeah, we could have had this a little bit earlier. I would have liked to have seen a decision made during the whole like Furu versus Johnny Chaos season.
Right.
I would have liked to see
6 months ago.
Yeah, that was 6 months ago. So I was just like, it's crazy to me because I like both, but I love the fact that Furu got his licks. Really, he got his last say. He was the one that was kind of right, but you never know. Maybe Hex pumps.
Yeah, no, I think everyone would agree that it would have been much cleaner to have done it early, and that been kind of the plan. It would have been an easy pivot to say like before launch or shortly thereafter. It would have been really nice to tee it up beforehand and say, look, you guys, On second thought, rather than bonding liquidity to everything, let's just focus on the new game in town that we built here, the new playground. Let's just focus there. I think that would have been nice, but yeah,
Right at Fork, you wouldn't want to have done it too early because you would have saw all this dumping happening. I mean, well, no, because then you could justify.
You're gonna see it happen either way, no matter when you do it.
That's true.
How crazy is it that Andrew Tate's a Hexagon, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It don't surprise me because Richard Hart is that alpha male entrepreneur type person that, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if like Gary Cardone owns some too, and he's just not telling nobody because it's just the type of personality. Those guys are entrepreneurs. They're alpha male people. It don't surprise me. They just don't want to talk about it because they don't want to lose audience. They want to save face, which is stupid. But like that's why they don't want to talk about it. But yeah, how did you wait? Let's like I'm sure you exposed it in your show. How did you find that wallet again?
I was man, I had a bit of time. I was basically, it came up as a recommendation. So there's two guys on YouTube, a guy called Handsome Finance and another guy, and they were doing these videos. It was literally a couple of weeks ago where they exposing Andrew Tate's wallet. So I'm like, I'm a bit of an on-chain guy. I love on-chain data, and I go down the rabbit hole with it. And so I'm like, okay, let's see how good their skills are, and let's see what they've found. And I remember back in the day, there was a guy called Jordan Welsh. He's a kid who signs up to do stuff, and he's quite a big YouTuber. He's in that space. So he joined the War Room, which is the premium package for Andrew's
it's their paid
stuff.
group. Yep.
Yeah. And you can only get into the War Room, because I know a couple of guys who have got into it, by paying $5,000 in only Bitcoin or Ethereum. So that, or USDC, USDT, etc. So I remember he sent a transaction over there, and it was a blacklisted transaction. I completely forgot. On the video, he leaves the wallet address, the recipient address. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he leaves it in the video. And I'm like, I see this in one of the videos Handsome Finance did. And this guy, in my opinion, I don't want to slag this guy off, but I thought his chain analysis was a little bit sloppy. There were shortcuts taken. Like he had just kind of just looked at related wallets and stuff, but he had not really digged into where the transactions were going and which wallets directly it was going to. So there was that video, and then there was a secondary video, like a follow-up video, like a day after, and the guy had an email link to sign up and get those two wallets for free. So I didn't even have to, go down the rabbit hole, just grab those two wallets. But the problem was the second wallet. So he made this claim so he gave the War Room wallet. That was easy to find from Jordan Welch's video and also from the two videos already. But there was a Cake wallet where he'd made a lot of money from Cake.
Yeah.
And he had said that loads and loads of times. And the weird thing was, I was like, how is this connected? I was struggling. Even in the video, the first video that I did, I couldn't necessarily, I knew it was connected somehow, but I just was like, how's this connected? So then Crypto Coffee asked me on a comment, he was like, this is really cool because this particular Cake wallet is got loads of connection to Pulse Chain. It's providing liquidity for Pulse and ETH. It's got, I think it had some Hedron in it, some Icosa, like it had Hex from 2 years ago. And it was a significant amount. It was over 100K. So I'm like, I got to find this. I got to find this wallet. So I started using my tools, and I saw, okay, so there was a transaction sent to another wallet. That wallet had sent another transaction to another wallet, and then that wallet had sent to the Cake wallet. So that was how they were initially connected. So there was transactions that were shifting, and these were wallets that, it's kind of the same way entities, they don't typically send a direct transfer from one wallet to another. They'll use like a passing address. So what they'll do is they'll send through a send receive address and then send it to another wallet. It's never just a singular transaction. It's always one transaction to a send receiver to another wallet. And that's essentially kind of what happened, but done twice over. So can you say it's definitely Andrew Tate's wallet? There's 90+% probability. 90%. Yeah, I would say so, because no, you can't. It's like me saying I've got Richard's wallets, right? Because PulseX sacrifice sent to one wallet, then it's sent to another wallet. But is it Richard? We don't know. It might be the team. It might be anyone. But it's high likelihood, 90% plus chance that it's them. So that was really cool. And I noticed that all of the other wallets as well, where it had been sent through, had like Pulse Chain dust. So it had like transactional dust from Pulse Chain. So that it would have interacted with protocols before, or it has interacted with protocols on Pulse Chain.
Huh.
Oh, and sorry, one more thing. Oh, on that Cake wallet, there was a sacrifice of 100K for Pulse X as well.
Wow.
That's cool. Huh. I love was it your tweet or who was it that was saying that they don't want to talk about it now, but when there's green candles and everything's doing great, then you come out and say, we knew this the whole time was gonna do awesome. There will be a lot of people, I think, that'll do that. I don't know if it'll be those guys, but I think there'll be a lot of people that'll say, in 6 to 12 months, we knew this was gonna be so great and it would go well, that you don't see anywhere right now.
Yeah, there is one guy. Should I say this on stream? Yeah, why not? I'm gonna say it on stream.
Let's go.
Do you know Henry, who did the merchandise for Hex? Do you remember him?
Hex merch store?
Hex merch store? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So initially, when Hex launched,
you're witnessing this is all Hex merch store.
That would be the one, and he did the watches.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't really like the way they looked. I never bought one because I was like, they didn't really do it for me.
Well, Crypto 7 did. So anyway,
I know.
yeah. So a lot of people were purchasing, and he took payments in Hex, and he did very well from Hex. Okay, he did extremely well. He was also, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but hey, whatever. Let's do it. He's in the war room. So at the time, there was a load of guys saying that Hex was a Ponzi, when Hex was going up. And he goes, well, it Ponzi'd me up to being retired. And he made very significant figures. We're talking
right.
a lot of money. And so he had very close connection to those guys, plus DCC, plus Luke Barnett is the MMA fighter who's extremely close to them, is a Hexacoon, and said, I'm chucking all my money in Hex or whatever, put it in a cryptocurrency like Hex. So all of that together, I think probably he's seen it. Again, people are very slow to put themselves, because it is slightly culty, this community. I'm not going to lie to you. It is like intense.
Not slightly.
Bro, it's so intense. Like, so intense. The emotional craziness, the roller coaster that we go on. You guys have been streaming in the bear market. Holy shit, man. It is intense for us guys. Like, I have mates calling me up, going crazy. When Richard sent that eHex tweet out, they're like, it's rugs? ? What's going on? I was like, oh no, here we go. Oh my goodness, this is really intense. But
yeah, my shit blew up that day too. It was a lot of rough conversations. But I mean, even in our group, where we told them in our group, in our community, like, hey, like I was buying eHex, but I was buying it as a meme coin, so that way when it reaches parity to PHEX, I could swap it over, because it had done it once already. I was like, well, if it's done it once already, I'm going to buy it as a meme coin. But my intention was that was in my 10% lottery bag. What my intention was to get more PHEX with it. And so that's how I was promoting it in our community. And I still, dude, I bought the bottom here. I'll be honest, I bought the bottom here. Like I didn't go heavy, but I put a little bit in.
You and a big influencer, right?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm willing to lose that money. Like, it's like, if it goes to zero, it's part of my lottery bag. That's it.
Yeah,
it's part of my lottery bag. If it goes to zero, whatever. But there's a lot of range just from where we're at now, and even where the Bank X liquidity is at. I think it's like a 5x or 4x just from the range. So like I can get a 4 or 5x on my pulse. I'm gonna go for it. Like, I'm gonna do it. Now I'm not trying to get more PHEX, but I'll use it to get more pulse, like I do my meme coins and like anything else. Like if I can get more pulse with it, shit, let's go. I'll buy these deep depression zones because somebody's probably going to come in here and smack the price up. Like it's just people are stupid and markets are irrational and people are irrational.
Yeah, yeah, they are. There's some. I wish. Oh man, I can't talk about it. There's some good stuff coming. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's people gonna support it. Like look, the whole Alex thing. I mean, I'm in a back room with Alex and a bunch of the maxis too, and he's like, my plans have not changed. He's still so like even me with EICOSA and PICOSA. Like to me, I've been buying a little bit of EICOSA too, because if it's undervalued versus PICOSA, he explicitly said, my plans have not changed on what I'm going to do. And he's got plans of EHEX staking over on Pulse Chain. He's still rolling out the V2 contracts for ICOSA and for all this, like where it's interchain operability. Like this stuff has not changed for him. Like, so, okay, now I'm gambling. Yeah, it could change. I mean, it's one man could change his ideas and change his mind and change the code at the last minute. So I'm gambling on this, but that's fine, man. I'm in crypto. What the fuck am I doing here if I don't gamble?
100%, man.
Yeah, like
I always like that part in DCC's intro where he's got that clip of that guy and he's like, just put it all on black. Go out, take more loans, put it on black. Go to the casino. I don't know if you guys seen it, but
I've seen it.
Yeah. That is, I'm more than happy to chuck $1,000 or $2 in crypto, and then when I want to go purchase, I don't know, a T-shirt or something, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to spend $50 bucks.
Oh, me too, dude. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm like cutting down $20 bills. I'm like, I don't really need that. That's $20 a month. Fuck, what am I doing paying for that? Like
exactly, man. I get enough entertainment in the crypto space. Let alone, I don't need Netflix. Don't need that woke crap.
No, but I'm like, another 20 grand this month. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
I think that the emotional cult-like vibes that are the Pulse Chain community, it's a double-edged sword because it's beautiful to the upside. I think it's good for onboarding in many respects. And especially when things are cooking, when there's green candles, man, the Hex crowd is as loud as anybody, as any community in all of crypto. And I think that's really important. There's some people, like the recent cat fight that people have been seeing on Twitter. They want to pop
How intense was that?
Things. You guys give us a play-by-play. They're both muted on my timeline, so I missed the majority of it.
Bro, like, I do this on-chain analysis, not for you to go and super chat Talisman Tate and go,
right,
yo, Pulse Chain. It's like, oh man, like, okay, I'm gonna compare it to religion or belief systems. Yeah, if you are smashing, I personally have a belief system. Okay, I am not there to like just preach at them and destroy them and just make them irritated at me. I'm there to be like, hey, here's a conversation you might want to have. And what's Talisman Tate gonna do? Right? He shouts out Pulse Chain, people sell. That's probably what's gonna happen. They'll be like, oh, it's good little signal to he's probably going to raise the price and then you'll drop off. So we can't be going like that, man. Like we can't be doing super chats. So Havid basically paid for a super chat on the cigar night that Tristan Tate does. Tristan was like, I'm not going to show your token. I might have some. I think she cut up the footage. I don't know. We know. I've already confirmed it. We already know that the Tates have got Pulse Chain, but it's like I don't want to be like the needy girlfriend at the party. I don't want to be like you want to buy, you want to shill it, and then good old KTP is like firing on all cylinders, like I'm coming for you. I mean, they're like they're battling out, but there's a third Pulse Chain influencer now, female influencer now. Well, there's more than that, but there's one that's coming out the woodworks. Shout out to
Latina.
Pulse Latina. Yeah,
yeah,
shout
yeah.
out to her.
Pulse Latina.
I see
Yeah,
it pop up. Yeah.
yeah.
I do love it, man. Come on, let's have it. A bit of drama in El Hexico.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
What about
fun.
you? What do you think, Corey?
No, I mean, I think it was an idiotic move on her part, but she's done one idiotic move after another. And it's just kind of her MO, man. It's like what she does now. Like I've learned to accept it. It's whatever. Like even like what, man, this pissed me off, but I let it go. Like she followed me when she asked for a favor one time. I did something for her. I tweeted something for her. She followed me. And then like a week later, she unfollowed me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how like you're just like
It's so
whatever.
petty. Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
like,
that's
come
so
on.
petty. Like oh, it's the Hulk Hogan thing, Dane. Remember when I posted Hulk
yes.
Hogan?
She's
she's
always
like, "Can you-"
chasing. Yeah.
She's like,
chasing
can you
the clout.
comment on my tweet and validate that that's you and Hulk Hogan and not AI? I'm like, yeah, it's not fucking AI. Like, that's me and Hulk Hogan. So I went and commented, and she's like, I'll follow you for that. And then followed me, and then like a week later, she didn't follow me. I'm like, oh, come on, like really, dude? Like okay.
I don't like that side of things. Yeah, she's a young woman. I think she's like 22, 23, something like that. But like, you can't be chasing clout.
Yeah.
You know, all you've got, no offense, but it's a bunch of simps following you and retweeting your stuff and whatever. So like, you're not going to lose followers if you're promoting each other and helping each other out. The law of reciprocity, I think that's in
yeah, I love that
reciprocity, where it's like you both help each other out. I think.
Yep.
I don't know. Stop chasing clout. What's the big deal? You have 10,000 people that send a like to your page or whatever. We shouldn't be chasing clout.
She's the biggest clout chaser in the community. It's not stopping anytime soon.
But I respect KDP, man. I do, because she's actually got a brain on her. Like when you talk about blockchain with her,
there's context behind what she typically has to say.
Yeah, and she's
The
good at
forever
rallying
bull.
the troops.
I appreciate the optimism.
I just think that she can just direct her message better. I'm not trying to. If David sees this clip, I'm not trying to like. I think you've done good contribution and you got to carry on. You just got to realign the message, and you just need to kind of think, what are your priorities? You know, where do you want to go with this? It's not about just, you're going to get a big personal brand regardless, right? You got the looks, and you post some good content. You got good graphics, but you just redirect it. Don't be all about clout.
New leader in Mexico.
Post Latinas now on new leader.
Oh man, no, this has been fun, man. We appreciate you jumping in today, Money Gang. Anything you want to hit on, Corey, before we take off today?
Nah, man. I mean, stay out of the toxicity. You know, go out and go to the beaches and hang out with family this weekend. And we should be. Are we around next week? I think we are around next week.
Yep.
So we should be streaming. Money Gang, if you want to go ahead and shill shill your show, I'll tell everyone myself. If you, like Dane said, if you're not following Money Gang, you're missing out on some very valuable content and chain analysis. He's not capitulating. Somebody had commented earlier that you're capitulating.
Did someone say I'm capitulating right now?
Earlier in the show, someone was like, Money Gang's capitulating. I'm like, no. It's like he's trying to get.
No, I'm trying to get cheaper rates, man. You sell.
Yeah, please. Please.
No, I'm not capitulating, guys. Like, unfortunately, I'm in this. It's as simple as that. I'm in this.
I know.
So
I'm in
ride
so
or
deep,
die.
bro.
We go to the bottom or we go to the top. Who cares? I'm too far in this now. I got too much of a public face for Hex Pulse, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, all of that fun stuff.
Yep. Your brand is all about it now.
Wish I did a bit more TA on Bitcoin, Ethereum. No. Listen, I gotta say this as well. I gotta say this. I will not promote this cycle. I'm not promoting Solana. You guys can go. A lot of guys are going to Solana. I started off as like more of an ETH maxi. It is like a trade. No way. I'd rather shield Binance than bloody Solana. Solana is terrible. That's just my personal opinion. Will it do well this bull run? Yes, it will do well. I'm not going to buy one single penny on Solana. I promise you that.
You didn't follow the golfers over to Solana at all? You didn't do any of that?
No, bro. I spoke out about that, man. I spoke. Maybe for the detriment.
Okay, here's the thing. Before we get off, because I don't let my feelings. I try to not because I'm human, but I try not to let my feelings get involved in some of my investments. I'll give you a case in point. When Titan X launched, I can't stand the founder. I can't stand him. He just gets under my skin so bad. I know he's pumped and dumped his community, but when I knew Titan X launched, even though I was so against everything about it, I went and invested and I made money on it. I made money. The Gophers, the whole them migrate. I was against it. I saw like he was jaded over the E-Hex thing, and that was him lashing out against Pulse Chain and Richard Hart. But I'm like, you know what? If I let my feelings cloud my thought processes, I won't make money. And so I invested, and I'm up. I'm up like a double. I'm up like a double over there because I bought the bottom. I didn't invest in the. I invested a little bit in the ICO. But I was able to come in and buy the bottom at like $900 per coin.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because it was what 1,300, I think was the
15 this morning. So maybe it's
no. I mean it's in the initial buy price.
Oh yeah. Yep. That was around 1,300. So like I was like, I'm okay with it, and I'm planning on bringing some of that money back over to Ethereum because I took some money out of some AI coin that I have. I took some money out of I sold some Zen. I remember that I sold some Zen, so I'll probably bring some of that money back and buy back because now those are dipping, which is good. But yeah, that's my thoughts, man. Like I was against it too, man, and I didn't like it. But I was like, man, every time I just need to go buy it because if I don't, I'll be pissed. I'll be even more pissed off.
I guess it's good exposure to try a different chain and play around, and because I know a lot of 9-inch guys are taking some of the features from Radium, I believe, and bringing it onto 9-inch as improvements, which is pretty cool. And they were heavily into PancakeSwap, used a lot of stuff on Binance, but
wow,
yeah, Gophers and Pulse are $800.
I didn't know it's 800 now. Wow. I wonder if that's the bottom.
I mean, it's got to be sustained by pressure once on launch. I think every quote unquote, it's not a sacrifice, but every project that launches needs it. Did you guys talk about SolidX, by the way? You've been seeing that?
Yeah, I got a piece in there, man. I wish I'd have put more in, but I got a bullet in there. Yeah, I watched Randy Hilarski's show, and I have the Nope token.
Great token.
I don't have any access. I mean, I have a little bit just from being a part of his group, but like I knew who this guy was, and when SolidX launched, I went and put a bullet in. I'm just kicking myself in the ass for not putting a bigger bullet in because I thought there would be a pullback, and there just isn't. There's never. I'm like, man, Paul Sachs, you know the guy, or you know who the guy. Can you tell the damn guy to stop buying it for one day? Let a healthy pullback come in. I can put another bag in. I'm not gonna put a bag in when the freaking thing keeps going up.
We're so jaded because we're used to watching like something do the meme coin cycle, 3 days up and then down for fucking 90 days, 100 and some odd days. And this is part of the season where the whales, when they want to do something, just swim with them. Learn to swim with them.
I got a bullet.
That's the narrative here.
But I want a bigger bullet in. Gosh, I have another bag that I was trying to get out of, and I'd get out of that bag for this if it came back in my buy zone.
Yeah, you look at Axis versus Pulse on a logarithmic, and that was the lesson to be learned there. It was quit trying to think that you're gonna outsmart it and just fucking join in something. Toe in the water at least.
Yeah, when is there going to be a Corey Geary Dane token, man? Because we just deploy a 9-inch, get it done.
We're working. We don't want to launch a meme coin. We're not going to fucking do something like that, dude. We're working on bringing real estate to the blockchain. That's what we're working on. Like actual apartment syndications that you guys could come in and you get a coin for. Might be a 404 contract. We don't know yet. We're working with devs right now. We don't know how it's going to pencil out. We got some legal clarity we got to figure out. But like that's what we would want to do. Like a true bear market hedge where you could come in and get into real estate, earn some passive income, get some of that, appreciation still from the real estate while crypto markets get absolutely crushed. Like that's what we want. We don't want to try to like be a meme coin or try to steal the spotlight from freaking Hex or anybody else. That's not our goal, but I would like to be able to like bring real estate to the blockchain. Like if we can marry these two asset classes together, holy crap, that would be our imprint on the crypto community.
Would it be like a REIT on the blockchain, essentially?
Syndication REITs are more like public traded type companies is what a REIT is, but a syndication is like, so you have like, okay, like one of our friends has a 300 unit apartment over in Dallas that he needs $3 million funding for. We bring that into our platform. We raise the funding, kind of like it would be like a sacrifice or an ICO, and then you would get a 404 contract attached to the property, so you could sell off shares of that property fractionalized through a 404 contract into liquidity pools if you ever needed some liquidity. But and then here's what I would love to put, and this is I give Sloth credit for this because he's kind of the one who put the idea in my head. But like the passive income that would come from the property would be paid through a stable coin. So like the stable coin would be paid to you that's backed up by the cash flow from the apartment complex. And then the actual representation of the property, though, is a volatile crypto. There'll be a 404 contract. So there'll be times where you could buy that when it's undervalued. And of course, there'll be times when it's overvalued because crypto is irrational and it would be all over the place. But it would be it's a fun thought process so far. We're butting things up right now and working on. Yeah, we'll see. That's kind of our vision.
That'd be so sweet, man. That is like really, really good.
Yeah.
What about? No, you wouldn't want to do that in the descending on the bear. I was gonna say, what about using real estate and being able to pay in crypto, but then you'd be accepting falling assets. Yeah, Dane, sorry, he's like, nah.
Ideally, you'd want to do the sacrifice or ICO on the top of the bull so people can get out of their volatile assets and be something a little bit more stable. Even though the crypto tied to the real estate is volatile, there will be some stability because those 404 contracts or NFTs can always be sold off as a share or redeemed for the property. And it has real passive income coming in from the tenant. So we want to try to tie that in. We have a couple. One problem we're having is if you guys know a workaround for this, and maybe you would, Money Gang or Paul Sachs, is that if somebody were to get hacked and one of their 404 contracts got stolen, how do we do we need to have admin keys to turn off the access to that particular share of the property? Like the hacker shouldn't be receiving the passive income. The hacker should definitely not be able to redeem his share in the property when the time comes. So we're trying to figure out that piece. I think the admin keys, we might have to have admin keys, but if there's another workaround for that, we'd be all ears for that. So if any of you guys know how we can kind of solve that problem, that's one issue that we're thinking about. So
that I can pass that. I can get Kino to answer that probably. Yeah, pass you on to Kino because he's a pretty damn good dev, so he would know more about that.
Okay,
I'll get him in contact with you. Yeah,
get in contact with us. It would be great to hear some ideas behind that. And plus, here's the great thing too with the real world assets. That's one of the biggest narratives for this bull market. If we can get this out, it should do well. It should do well.
This was everything about remember Gary Vee in 21 was talking about NFTs could do this. It could be a share in a company or something like that. And I was just like, yo, that sounds like a really good utility of an NFT. And then it just turned into Bored Apes and crap, absolute crap.
Yeah, $1 million JPEGs. And the great thing is we have the assets. We get access to deals all the time. This is never, we have never have a shortage of access to deals. And so that's usually most people's problem is they don't have the deals. They don't. They got to go pay retail for these deals off of the MLS or whatever else. We have access to these deals off market given to us all the time. We see them all the time. So the biggest problem, we have that solved, and that's the deal flow. It's.
And how cool would it be if you were able to put in some of your monthly LP rewards and just be able to continually buy up shares in this company or in this.
Exactly.
That'd be so sick.
Someone
yeah.
Someone like Solid X could end up owning a whole apartment building by himself.
Yo, that guy is cool, man.
Owning the whole entire building and all right, bro, we'll just change the NFT to the Solid X freaking apartment complex. I mean, whatever. Like, oh, so
That'd be really sick, man. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a vision, man. There's a lot of kinks we got to work through. I got a meeting with a developer on Tuesday. So we'll see what, if you guys put some feelers out for us on how to maybe solve that problem. That's our biggest problem, because that's my biggest fear. I'll say that because like, I want to make sure that the investors are protected. And Brizology said, yeah, have admin keys. That might be the only way to really do this. And that's fine if we need, but then how do we prove the guy who got hacked really did get hacked? Like, you know, there's things that we got to think through. For the investor to be protected. No, we're not launching a meme coin, bro. I'm not interested.
No, that's cool, man. That is cool. I like that concept. It's
I'll
got real
launch it.
utility.
Corey with butt. I'll launch it.
Corey with butt.
Well, I'll do it tonight, maybe.
Oh man, and everyone's
Back
coming
to,
in. Everyone's kind of wind down.
Back
Yeah, we'll
to
pair with
Paul's comment. I mean, if you look at, if we're saying that Solid X is like Axis, it felt like it wasn't going to come down over here in the real early stages. But you still had nice entry points over here. Even after this big run, like you had entry points over here. I'm comfy kind of waiting and seeing.
We should see one pullback eventually. I mean, this has been one God candle after another. I mean, Paul, talk to your boy, man. Just say, hey, the plebs need an entry price.
I've been battling this guy on charts for a while on the NOPE token. So just take my advice. Like, if you draw a box and a line, you're like, all right, I want to wait for it to get here. Give it maybe like, you better jump on it in 72 hours or less, because he'll do his thing. And you're like, fuck, it was there for barely any time at all.
Dude, I literally have the chart open all day long on my laptop while I'm working, so that way I can catch the dip. My wallet's loaded and I'm ready. Like, I have it on pity. Like, any dip, like anybody capitulates, I'm buying their bag.
I had the alert set this morning. I had an alert set at like $28, $28.50 or something like that. When it got to like 29 something, I was like, fine, fuck it, and just put some more in. There we are at 36 now. So
let's bring Norbert to say hi real quick before we hop off. Norbert, we're getting ready to hop off a little bit, but we'll at least bring you in to say hi.
I knew I'm coming late. I was waiting, and then anyway. How are you guys? Everyone is okay?
We're blessed. Looks like Dane might have got dropped. I don't know what happened there, but that's all right. I can finish out the show. Yeah, man, we're doing great. Do you own Solid X, Norbert?
No, I missed out on that one.
You didn't miss out yet, man. Not yet. There's still only 4 days old. I mean, you didn't miss out yet.
I know, but like I said before, I went a bit too heavy before on Hedron, Icosa, and all the other tokens, Pools, X, Hex. Every money I put on the side, quite a big chunk went on
you're
those
done
things.
putting money in, is what you're saying. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah. It's just like now I need other things.
Other things
I'm
like
waiting for Richard. I'm waiting for Richard to open his purse and then start throwing money at us left, right, and center. Instead of buying, Gucci and whatever.
Yeah. So
now our time will come, I'm sure. It's just but even my friends, they're like, oh, when is gonna happen? What's going on with Push Chain? What we gonna do? What's gonna happen? I said, guys, looks like we might need to wait another 5 to 10 years for our turn to come. Like everyone else is like, hey, we made it, and all the other guys with the Hedron and whatever bags are like, yeah, another 5 years. See you later.
Oh man. Well, cool, guys. If you guys are watching on Twitter, hey, Money Again, are you noticing that on your streams that you have like this crazy number of Twitter engagement now?
Bro, I do pre-records only. I don't even do lives
you don't
anymore.
do lives.
Yeah. I've gone.
You know what? I do
only.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like a case where I think I started the channel where it's just kind of like interviews of founders or people who got projects to share or something like that, and it didn't really show my skills. So I was like, nah, I'm done with people trying to F with my channel.
I love it. I love it, man. No, I respect that a lot. That's why your content's so good now.
Yeah, you provide so much value, man. You provide so much value, and you go so deep. You know, like it's really it's a different level. Not just
we're getting better, and I don't. You know, I'll say one thing because I know you brought it up, Norbert, but I want you guys to find out individual wallet. Find out who's got the most amount of Ethereum in terms of top holders. Who's got the most amount of Ethereum? You'll be surprised. It's not that much.
In our ecosystem, what do you mean? Wait,
no, not in our ecosystem. In top Ethereum wallets,
generally speaking.
Yeah, that is not like not an exchange.
Oh, like Justin Sun and
yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. An individual.
He's got
wallet.
a lot. I know he's got a shit ton.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. It's not as much as you think it is.
Interesting. How much does the Godwell have? Do you know that?
148,000.
148,000 is what Godwell has. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Last I heard was like 19. I think 19th largest holder.
19.
Number 19 in the world. Godwell was, if I remember right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I know the figures. It's you'll be surprised if you add up the Godwell on the PulseX related sacrifice wallets, the amount of ETH, if you combine the two, it's very close to the individual top holder of ETH. Yeah.
Corey, do you mind if I ask something from Money Gang from Stefan before we wrap up?
Sure. Go ahead, man.
I was thinking about this before. What if ETH price gets a double or triple from now on? Yeah, it gets really, really expensive. It could be the curse for that chain itself.
Yeah.
So then maybe Push Chain is gonna be like, we're gonna have like a great marketing kind of tool in our hand to say, yes, we're pretty much like ETH, but over here, things hasn't pumped yet, or acceptable, affordable, manageable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's got to
same everything.
There's got to be like
could be our catalyst, let's say, to have our own pump and our own time to be recognized as a valuable and decent chain in the future.
Sure. Yeah. If you're going to sell,
price goes to that really, really high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's got to be a few things that have to happen. Like, first of all, we have to communicate in a way that people understand. So, like, for example, what are the DeFi projects that we have that's on Ethereum that's copy and paste on Pulse Chain? So it's like, oh, you can't play around on Aave if you're a very small player, because the amount of gas that you're spending is going to be crazy. Big players can do that, but not smaller players. So that would be the first thing. The second thing is, bro, we need more fiat on ramps and off ramps, big time, and we need more stable
big time,
bridges.
easier, things to.
It has to be way easier to be able to bridge across, and I think I'm pretty poor at it, but there's got to be way more tutorials on what to do and how to do it in the easiest possible manner. I think.
Coffee started that. Shorts, really easy.
Yeah, because I had a consultation with a pretty big player, and he's been in crypto since 2011, and he was saying, "Oh, this is really difficult. When I'm making a transaction, if I'm trying to bridge it back, it's almost like a Amex cost, the 0.3% charge or whatever, which Rich has done deliberately, right? He wants to keep it on chain, but so I think those are the big ones. We need way more fiat on ramp and off ramps. I don't know if it's completely true, but what I've heard is MEXC is going to list us.
Yep. I'm 98% sure it's true.
That'd be so good, man.
Some of my friends here in Puerto Rico are part of that. That was part of that whole push. Plus, 0x Coast should be back up and running. They've been shilling like crazy. They're my favorite on ramp for Pulse Chain. I mean, when they were up and running, that's what all I used, and I was running all my money through them. You're 100% right though. That's key. It's critical. So a lot of fun around the MXC. exchange, I'm all about it, man. It's whatever helps us. Like even if it doesn't help us, whatever. It's not a net negative. It's like whatever. Like let's get on there, see if it does anything, and it's a start. Other centralized exchanges might see us on there and start taking interest. Like this is a good step in the right direction.
And also the other one that I forgot to mention is you guys ever use the Phantom wallet, the wallet that's kind of designed for Solana, but it also incorporates Ethereum. I remember Luke Belmar talking about this like 6 to 8 months ago, and that it would really push up the price of Solana because of the ease of use of it. And it's
Yeah,
like,
Luke
I
is
know we got
amazing.
internet
I
money,
love it,
but
yeah.
it is a really easy to use. So I think more kind of mobile, like pleb friendly apps that just you can buy, press one button, Apple Pay, buy Pulse.
Yeah, that's
And
what people want. That's what people
That's what they
want.
want. That's what want. And just such an ease of process. That's going to be the most important thing for the next 6.
It's funny because I was talking that same
That's what we
conversation with Trevor. Yep.
100%.
Yep.
That was always Steph's argument, was that whether you guys like it or not, the majority of people are going to come in through these through using their cell phone. And we saw how much of a commotion it was when they launched Staker V2, and everybody had their own side, whether they like V1 or they like V2, or still got
These kind of
shit.
things doesn't help us at all. These version 1, version 2, we don't need those kind of things, like what you mean version 1, version 2 is like no, just do one thing, call it like the feeless section, and call it like the yield section, not version 1 version. You know what I mean? To make it as seamless and easy as possible. And also, before we wrap up, I'm sure we need to discuss this next time. One thing I don't understand, if all this meme token hype and mania is all over in Solana, we have a bloody Hexy Bastard platform, the 9-inch. This man is the best platform ever for these kind of things, and we're not pumping. I just don't get it, man. Like, it's seriously.
Oh no, but there's plans, man. There's plans. There's plans. Trust me. In the next 6 months, the amount of content will 200x. There'll be a video every single day on 9-inch. I promise you. Because I'm part of the team now. So
yeah.
So,
You see. I trusted you guys. I trusted you right from the beginning. When Hexy said, "Let's do it," I was like, "Yep." I sacrificed. I'm still since then. I'm still staking, putting back whatever I earn on BBC. I know it's nothing, but like,
I'm gonna buy 9-inch today.
Yeah.
Do it. We're gonna smash it out.
I hope that's the first time you've ever said that in your life.
Do you know what? They're also gonna send some money. They're gonna send. I got a bunch of celebrity wallets. So I've been tracking a lot of celebrity wallets, and Hexy was like, "I'm gonna send those guys some BBC and 9-inch." So. What we'll do, we'll probably send some stuff out, and then there'll be like some videos made, like, "Oh, look what's in this guy's wallet. Oh, there's 9-inch there as well. That's crazy." Do some stuff. I got like Iman Gaddazi's wallet. I got like Logan Paul's wallet. I've got like
that's great.
Vitalik Eve founder. Everyone, loads.
We need to get Luke Belmar wallet as well.
I think I've got his wallet.
He's so knowledgeable, and he's amazing with content he puts out. He's such a motivating person, about everything, and his story is amazing. Poor family background from Argentina, working hard, and now look at him, like fucking. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. He's pretty decent guy. I kind of didn't like him at first, but he's wearing off on me. And also, I think they want to send some, because Fresh and Fit, he's like he was laughing at DCC saying about BBC tokens, so they're going to send some to him as well. So we'll make it go slightly viral, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, man. That's exciting. Yep, you just gave me, because it's been in the gutter lately, dude, and that means this is the buy opportunity. If you're on the team, bro, I'm bullish on you.
Congratulations, Stefan. Yeah.
Really. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, the guys behind it, Kino's really worked hard. That launchpad is fantastic. They got the airdrop feature. They got the DCA feature as well. So
I saw that. That's all
Yeah,
right.
they've been focused on.
Yeah, I
on
might
getting
need
it done.
to. I might need to get in touch with someone from the team because it's saying that if you staking BBC token, you get airdrops and things like that. I was trying to get some info, but I never got any airdrop, and I never found out how to do these things. So yeah, if you could just DM me something like where to start, that would be fantastic, and I do the rest myself.
Sure. And you know who the
Hexy was
biggest.
saying.
Mhm. No,
Hexy
Karen.
was saying that you're eligible for airdrops if you stake the BBC token if the new thing's coming out on 9-inch. So, but I haven't managed to get any airdrops yet, or maybe it's limited time. I don't know how it works, but
It's mainly through the single-sided staking. So if you single-sided,
yeah, I do that single-sided. Yeah, I do that. Whatever I earn, I even put it back. And I back in the day when it came out, since day one, I'm staking. So
also Solid Hex is the number one sacrificer and still has every single penny, I believe, of his sacrifice. He was the number
really?
one sacrificer. Yeah.
I didn't know he had. I thought he had capitulated. Okay, that's good news.
No. He's got it all in liquidity pools and farming pools.
Yeah, you have a benevolent well there.
Oh, should I say it on stream as well?
You should say it on stream.
Right. DCC says to Hexy Bastard when they're in person, he goes, right, I want an ink BBC pool. That's next.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the next one. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I still have a lot of ink. I was keep buying when it was 40 cents, man. I was keep buying when it was 40 cents. No one wanted it. And you know why? Thanks to you, Stefan. Because I remember when you were doing your first videos, you were saying that you always gonna want in the future, which no one wants.
Yes.
One of your videos, you were saying that, and it kind of burned into my mind. I was like, he knows
bro,
what he's talking about, so listen to him. Or 9-inch, yeah, for example.
That's 9-inch right now. Nobody wants it. The chart looks like
That's
death.
right.
It's capitulated. It's down there in the gutter, dude. Like it's doing nothing down there. Like that's 9-inch right now.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's gonna be a wild 6 to 12 months. I got good feelings about this, man. Like I just think that we've put in a lot of work. We've been in this game for a long period of time. I'm not here to give up and just sit on my ass and miss this bull market. So I'll do everything I can. If we lose, we lose. Hey, I took a gamble, whatever, lost. Big deal. I'm still making money from LPing. I'm still making good money from the PulseX farms, and so it's making me a bit of a passive income. But we're in the game, right? You're a public face, Corey. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to work hard to make it happen.
Yep. I got my node validators working for me too, man. I got that going. I mean, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here.
I'll tell you something off stream. I'll tell you something off stream when we finish the stream.
Okay. This is good.
In the green room.
In the green room. That's the true war room right there, man. That's
the true war room. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know why Somi was talking about negatively about the Andrew Tate war room, because those guys are, man, they really put something down on the table. In my eyes, these kind of people who are constantly building and, doing something, I look up on those people, and then he's saying like, oh, it's a bunch of dudes wanking in a room, and then talking about bollocks. I'm like, it's not necessarily that simplistic the way how you say it in the Aussie way. I love Somi, don't take me wrong, but with that one, he just like nah.
He's against paid groups. He's against. I mean, that's the whole crypto ethos, right? Like everyone.
Yeah, but those guys, man, for those guys paying $5,000, it's like
dude,
they pay for that kind of money in tips in the restaurants. Like this Greek guy Stavros or whatever his name, he was saying that they went out on a restaurant and he truly enjoyed himself when he can give $10,000 tip for the waiter, not because he wants to show off, because he's able to make a difference in someone else's life that sort of way, it's true.
But the whole paid groups in crypto is looked down upon so much, man, because Richard Hart was one of the guys who completely fudded paid groups for so long. I mean, it's just how it is. But where I'm from real estate, and we pay to be in groups. Like I have one mastermind, I was paying $40,000 a year to be part of.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not uncommon in real estate.
And
have
you
one
get a
for
lot of
40,
value
one
out of
for
it.
20, one for like, yeah, you make so much ROI on those type of groups, right? You do.
Those guys not charging you because they need that $5,000. They charging that
yeah.
$5,000 to separate the
No,
crop
it's a business.
from the
It's a
diamonds.
business. It's definitely a business, but you're selling value. You sell value, and so you have to. When they say you have to pay to be in the good old boys club, you do have to pay to be the good old boys club. If you want to network with some of the highest net worth guys, you got to pay to be next to them. You can't just go in there and be buddies with them on the golf course. It's not how it works. You got to pay to be next to those guys and have conversations with those guys. And that's what we've learned through real estate. And we're doing the same thing with our crypto stuff. We go paid. We have this one mastermind. I could tell you the name. It's called the Family Mastermind. It's always in Florida. There's 250 people in that community, and there's probably no one in there. We're the plebs. Like everyone in there has a net worth of $10 million or more. We're the plebs in that community. I love that. And like, you know how many people we've sold into that mastermind, into our mastermind, and who are now in Pulse Chain and now in Hex because we paid to be part of their mastermind. We pay to be part of their mastermind. We sell them into ours. We need to make profit. We need to make money. We're a business. We make money by selling those guys. But then what do? They come and buy Pulse Chain. They come buy Hex. They come buy PulseX. And that's our business model, man. It's like you have to pay to play. It's just the one stage we spoke on with 1,200 people. The way we got on that stage, we paid $30,000. We paid $30,000 to go speak on that stage. It's no different than War Room is $5,000. You go in there. I mean, as long as they're delivering value on like maybe an entrepreneurship, maybe it's how to start a business, maybe it's how to go pick up that girl. I don't know. It could be anything, right?
And those guys, trust me, if they call each other up and say, "Hey, man, I'm facing this and that. What do you think I could do? Or,
what can I
do
do?
you know someone? Do you know someone who can help me out with that?"
Right, workout hacks. Maybe
straight away,
ketones. Whatever it may be. Like these, man, I've been part of paid masterminds for years, and I always will be. Now, not all of them are great. You'll join some of them, and you'll feel like, oh my God, I'm not getting the value that I pay. And then you just don't re-up. You just don't go for a second year, or over it's monthly. You don't keep the monthly going if it's not worth the value. They have to be delivering the value for the money you're paying. So yeah, that's it, man. Well, good guys, I'm going to wind it down. I got to grab lunch. We've been going for an hour and 12 minutes. I appreciate all you guys.
Sorry, it's my bad. I took it further than it's meant to be.
We were winding down, and then PulseX came on, and then we were going to wind down again, and then freaking you came on. I was like, well, I mean, let's just
next time when you see me on backstage, just like, no, not that one.
Even Dane capitulated. He was out.
Reject.
So, guys, hit the likes, smash
100%.
subscribe, smash the bell notification. If you're over on Dane's, come to mine. If you're over on mine, go to Dane's. And if you're on Twitter, guys, get over to our YouTube. That's where you're going to be getting notifications when we go live. That's where we're going to be delivering all the high value content. Our number one goal is to cut through the narratives and the BS through this bull run so you can make the best educated decisions on your bags. That's it. That's our number one. And hopefully bring you some real estate opportunities when the time is right, when you're ready to take profits. Because real estate really is a bear market hedge. That's not just a narrative.
I have 3 guys already.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Peace.
Take care.